Hello, welcome to Anatomy of a Schmear campaign and two predictions for the debates tomorrow night. What happened with this whole smear campaign about the New York Times article on Trump's taxes is really amusing. And the good news is when you have the wisdom, as we've been discussing, you don't have to go through a special prosecutor and years and millions of dollars and all kinds of ugly stuff. You can just figure it out right now. So here's what the New York Times did. They put out an editorial and said it was news. Now it's easy to see an editorial because there's a lot of explanation as to what the facts mean. In fact, there's probably 99.5 explanation and only 0.5% fact. For example, and there's a fatal flaw to their report. They listed a tax refund as a tax refund. That's one of the biggest facts in the whole thing. And the headline really should be, hey, Donald Trump overpaid his taxes by $79.2 million one year, and because he overpaid him, he got the money back. One of two things happened. What you do is when you have a business is you're supposed to quarterly pay taxes about to what you think you're going to end up owing in taxes throughout the course of the year. So those quarterly payments were too high, number one. Or number two, there was an unexpected loss, which they were then able to deduct, which would have lowered their taxes. Or three, there was an unexpected gain that didn't happen. All of a sudden, boom, something happened and you lost. Well, let's see. How much did we lose? How much did we gain or delayed? When you get a tax deduction, you don't get all the money. Like if you had $1 million loss, you don't get $1 million back. What it does is the $1 million loss lowers your taxable income. So if your taxable rate is 20%, $1 million loss cost about $200,000, 1/5. If you had a $79 million overpayment, we can round 79.2 to 80 times 5 is $400 million. So either there was a $400 million loss, which allowed them to get this money back after they've already paid it. See, a refund, you paid it, they give it back. Or maybe there was a property going to sell for $400 million profit, and they were hoping to close it in August, September, October, but maybe it required zoning approval or something like that, and the sale got pushed back until January, February, March. That meant you don't have to pay taxes in it this year. You have to pay taxes next year, but because they already prepaid, they want their money back. That's normal. Really what it says is these people have no flipping clue about taxes at this level. My level of business compared to President Trump's is like a grain of sand compared to his mountain. But the concepts are the same, just a whole lot more complicated, especially in the real estate market. The reason the real estate market is friendly is because of the cost of things like high-rise buildings, 20-story building. The costs are immense. Nobody'd build them if they didn't have some tax savings associated with them. That's why the tax savings are there. Now, the only fact that really came out, like I said, is that Donald Trump overpaid his taxes one year by $79 million. They put out an editorial as a news piece, and then the rest of the news media gets to refer to this editorial as though it actually is news, because that's what they said it was. Read it, you'll know. And that gives them cover. We'll have one member of the team take the hit by writing this thing and whatever they did. It just stinks. Now, one of the other members of the team, though, has to fix the fatal flaw. And that task this time, maybe others did it too, but I only watched the one network show this morning, and it was the Princess's news guy, Snuffleupagus. He changed the words to what that $79 million overpayment was, that refund. He had to change it to check. The president got a $79 million check from the IRS. That's different than refund, isn't it? Because now we've muddied the waters. What's the check for? Well, we can say it's for anything we want, can't we? This is the deviousness of this whole scheme. Now, what'll happen is, when it comes to all the political people bad-mouthing the president on his taxes, they can now take the Princess's news guys reporting of it as a check, and watch and see how many of these politicians say, the president got a $79 million check from the government and didn't even pay taxes. Watch it, see if that's what happens. All these little parts work together like cogs in a wheel. It's too bad the Times reported that one piece, the only important piece of the whole article, accurately. They'll know better the next time. So, my prediction for the debates. Two things. Number one, the ex-vice president who wants to be president is not going to talk policy at all. He's going to attack. And every attack you hear, think about it, he's calling good evil. He'll also tell you how he's going to trust science. That's going to be important with part 2 of this. And he's going to tell you that you can trust him and he'll be truthful to you. He's going to lie to you and then say he'll be truthful to you. All in the same sentence, maybe. So he's getting both parts of this. Calling good evil and calling evil good. There you go. Once you know that, you'll be able to sail through it and chuckle. I don't know if the second part's going to have to come during the debates. On the 17th, 9/17, there was a town hall with Anderson Cooper. I was researching something else, and I think I mentioned this before. In it, the vice president was somehow talking about fracking. Now, if this comes up, here's what's going to happen. Here's the pickle the ex-vice president is in. He signed this pledge with all this platform and took all of Bernie Sanders stuff, and I think AOC was in there with Green New Deal, and he had to promise things that he doesn't want to talk about now. So when he talks about him now, he has to talk about him in a way that gives him cover to change his mind after the election if he wins. So what that is fracking. He had to pretty much say, no more fracking, we're done. Hate it. Well, during the Anderson Cooper town hall on CNN on 9/17, one of the different video clips, I'm sorry, I don't remember which one, he will say all the reasons why we need fracking until we're ready to do all solar and wind and everything. And then at the end, he'll say, now, of course, we will seal up leaking wells with union labor. Pretty good. There you go. We're going to keep on fracking, and only the leaky wells are going to get sealed up. See, what's going to happen after the election, if you people elect him, is he's going to have a scientist say all the fracking wells leak. So then Biden can seal them all up. And then he's got his cover. Well, I said that. It's just kind of like, here's how you know. Go back to the other debate. After Benghazi, everybody in the Obama administration was running around talking about video, YouTube, horrible, we got to change this stuff. Well, that really wasn't about a video. So when he was challenged about saying it was a video, the debate moderator could tell the opposing person, no, he did say it was a terrorist attack. Right after Benghazi, the next morning, the president went in the White House, had a couple news people around, said it was a terrorist attack, and it's horrible. Went back inside, and everybody took the video story. See, they have to do this one little statement that you can cite later to say, oh, you're wrong. I said it was a terrorist attack. It's tricky, but that's how people get to say one thing when they're running and do another afterwards. See which way it goes today. Is he going to spend the whole time using lies to discredit the president, calling good evil? is he going to be able need to throw some things into the debate that give him cover for doing things the way he wants to after he gets reelected, not the way he appears to be promising today? That's the assignment. See how much it plays and watch how many politicians say, he got a check from the government. Thanks, Snuffleupagus, for that. Have a great day.